In this video, we'll be hunting 2 boxes of pennies. We'll be looking for any wheat cents, which we do have one ender. Roll number 40 in box number 1 is a 1946 out of Denver ender, so that's pretty cool. We'll also be looking for any foreigns, proofs, heirs or varieties, or any other cool things we can find in the boxes. Start with the box on the left, and then we'll do the box on the right. We'll also be pulling out any copper cents and see how much we get. Let's start the hunt, and I'll bring you in when we have our first find. Roll number 4, and we have our first find, and it is going to be a Canadian penny. This one's from 1979. Roll number 9, and we have the second foreign. I missed its edge at the first glance because it's so corroded, but it is a Canadian penny. And looks like it's a 1999, I believe. Roll number 14, and we had 13 rolls with no wheat cents. But I just opened roll number 14. We have a first wheat cent and a foreign. Wheat cent was one away from being an ender, and it's a pre-40s. It is a 1939 out of Philly. That's awesome. Then the foreign looks like a more modern Canadian. It is, and it's from 2004. Finally got our first wheat cent. Still on roll number 14, and we have our third find for the roll, and it's another foreign. It's a pretty messed up Canadian penny, and it's from 1979, just like the first one. Roll number 15, and hopefully the box is heating up because I just opened the roll and I see the edge of our second wheat cent. Looks pretty worn. This one, I bet it's going to be from the 20s or teens. 2 wheat cents. Hopefully both are pre-40s. And it is 1920 out of Philly. 2 wheat cents, and they're 39 and 20. This one does look like it has a little graffiti in front of his face, but that doesn't matter. Still a great find. Roll 19, and we're going to have wheat cent number 3, and it's actually a first from the 50s, and it's a 1955 out of Denver. Roll number 25, and we're going to have the 5th foreign of the box, and it's not going to be a Canadian. It looks like we're going to have a Bermuda cent, and if I'm right, it has a starfish on the back. Oh no, it has some sort of pig or boar or something, and it's a 1999. That's pretty cool. Just opened up roll number 27, and we're going to have another interesting foreign. It is a Canadian cent. Let's build that at the back of the roll, and it's a pretty nice 1967 commemorative bird cent. That's a cool find. Same roll as that bird cent, and this is pretty odd. I've never seen anything like this, but I just flipped this coin over, and it looks like someone wrote the numbers 1 through 9 on it. No idea why it's on a 1996, but I don't know. That's pretty weird. Roll number 28, and we have our 4th wheat cent. Just uncovered it, and it is a 1941 out of Philly. Now we have 4 wheat cents, one from the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. That's pretty cool. Roll 36, and we're going to have another Canadian penny. It is right here. And it is from 1979. That's the 3rd one from that year. Roll number 41 was that wheat penny ender, and it was a 1946 out of Denver. Roll 42, and I just uncovered another wheat cent at the beginning of the roll. And it's a pretty nice kind of red-brown 1956 out of Philly. Roll 44, and we are going to have another wheat cent because I just uncovered this 1944 out of Philly, wheat cent number 7. Still on roll number 44, and we have the 2nd wheat cent out of the roll and the 8th wheat cent of the hunt. And it is a 1951 minted in San Francisco. Roll 46, and we have another wheat cent. Just uncovered the reverse. Looks like it's probably going to be a 40s or 50s. It's pretty nice. Yep, well, last year, 1958 out of Denver. Wheat cent number 9. Still on roll 46, and I missed another edge, and it's another Canadian. And this one is a 1983. Roll number 47, we have another miscellaneous find. It's a minor mint error. It is a lamination error on this 1970. You can see the metal's kind of peeling off on Lincoln's head, so not really worth much, but that's still pretty cool. That was all for box number 1. We ended up with 9 wheats with 2 pre-40s, a 1939 Philly and a 1920 Philly. A good amount of 59s, estimates, 2009s, and we did have 8 foreigns, and 1 was from Bermuda and 1 was a bird cent. And we are staying about half a jar of copper per box, so if we get that same amount of box 2, then we'll have a full jar, and that would be awesome. So hopefully box 2 is a good box, if not better than box number 1. Roll number 4 of the second box, 54 of the hunt. We have the first wheat cent of this box and 10th of the overall hunt right here. Probably going to be in the 40s or the 50s. And it's a 1951 out of Denver. Roll now in box 2, and we have the first foreign of this box. Near the back of the roll, I do see the edge of a Canadian cent, and it is a 1981. Roll number 15, and we have a Canadian and a wheat cent in this roll. Canadians at the start. It is a 1977, and then the wheat cents near the back right here, reverse facing, so we get to reveal a date. And it's a 1955 out of Denver. Roll 19, and we have another wheat cent. This will be third for the second box, and 12th of the overall hunt, and it is a 1944 out of Denver. Roll number 24, we are going to have another Canadian penny near the start of the roll. Looks like it could be older. It is in 1963, which means it's our first young head of the 2 boxes. Just open roll 25, and we are going to have another wheat cent for this box near the middle of the roll right here. Looks a little worn, probably a 40s though. Yep, a 1946 out of Denver. Roll 39, and we're going to have another Canadian near the middle of the roll. And this one is from 1990. Roll 41 on the second box, and we have yet another Canadian cent. This one's from 1979. That's the 4th 79 of both boxes. Both boxes have been hunted, so let's go over the finds. We ended up getting 13 1959s, 20 estimates, and 28 2009s. Got 12 Canadians, and we did get a 1963 Younghead and a 1967 Pretty Nice Bird cent, and another foreign, a Bermuda cent with a pig on the back from 1999. Also 3 miscellaneous finds. Got a 1996 where someone wrote the numbers 1 through 9 on it for some reason. A 1970 with a bit of a lamination error, and in the second box we did get this 1960D small date. Wheat cents, we ended up getting 13 for the 2 boxes. Highlights include this 1956, that's pretty nice. Then we did get 2 pre-40s, a 1939 and a 1920. Plus, we got almost a full jar of copper, so we were definitely successful there. And this is a pretty good 2-box hunt.